What's good? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's talk about it. We have a lot of issues to discuss, a lot of problems to take care of and tackle, and it does not make any sense what's transpiring here. But here we are. The Devil All the Time, starring Tom Holland. It's a lot of great actors in this movie. I wish I can tell you all of them. What's up, Everyday Gaming 98, formerly known as Christian? So, The Devil All the Time is a very interesting movie, man. The guy that plays Pennywise is playing in this movie, and he plays so it's like a combination of stories. Like everybody's connected in this one movie. Like this whole town has a spiral web of different stories, and nothing is good about anything, man. It's like everything is corrupted. You know, the father comes home from the war, and he's seen so much evil while he was fighting in the war. He comes home, falls in love with a woman, and gets married, and he's all about God, praying all the time, going to church. And this is down in the South. So he's praying all the time, he's in church all the time, and all of a sudden, Screen Fiend is back, thank God. We just did a video on Screen Fiend. But anyhow, they decided it would be in their best interest to change the notion of how they were going to proceed. He gets up and he starts going through his progressions for his day, praying. He's got his little boy with him, and he's trying to teach his little boy about being a man and standing up for himself. And then he finds out his wife is dying from like a cancerous disease, and the cancer is killing her. And he's praying to God, God, I'm praying. He even sacrificed the dog and said, look, I give my life for the dog, just give me my wife. But it wasn't enough. So she passed away, and on the doorsteps is this, on the doorsteps of that, is him going to pray again out in the woods. And when he goes to pray, he ends up just taking his own life, shooting himself. So he's gone out of the movie. And from there it spirals. The little boy grows up to be Tom Holland. And his cousin, she falls in love with a pastor who put bees all over his body and say, God's going to protect me from the bees to get over this fear. Spiders rather, all over his body. And people sign up to this church and everything. Then he falls in love, and, they have a baby, they get married, all this stuff go down. Then as they go out, she tells him to watch the daughter, and then the pastor loses his mind and locks himself because he got bit by one of the spiders, and he thought it was a test by God. So until the swelling came down, he kept himself locked in the bathroom and would not come out for weeks. Then when the swelling came down from the spider bite, he decided to come out, and he was trying to figure out what God was trying to teach him. What was the test? And he figured it out. So he goes out in the woods, takes his wife, cuts her throat, sits there and waits for God to bring her back. Okay, now I'll resurrect you. And she wasn't coming back. And he's, oh my God, what am I gonna do? This movie is crazy. And now the little girl, the little baby that they left behind, because he ended up going on the run. And then in the middle of this is this crazy couple where this other guy was a pastor and this other girl was a sinner. She just run around sleeping with everybody, and that was his wife. And her brother is a cop, and they go around pick up tourists and, you know, people who on the road, men, and then he'll have the guy sleep with his wife, and then they'll kill him. And they take pictures, and he photographs all of it. It is a crazy, crazy movie. I thought this movie was well beyond anything insanely made. Nothing is good that happens. Then Robert Pattinson is this preacher that keeps sleeping with all like the teenage girls in the church. It is crazy. Nobody's good. The Devil All the Time is the perfect name for this movie. 3.5 stars. 3.5 stars to this movie. This movie is incredible. There's so much crazy stuff going on that I can't even tell you all of it, because I'm like, man, I forgot this happened and that happened. Oh, it's on Netflix. The Devil All the Time. I did do an album review for Nas. My poetry is deep. I never felt. Nas is like. Boom, 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 boom. Bah, bah, bah. Sex to a nympho, but nothing sweet. Wisdom and understanding, God. That's the thing. I think I've done Sherlock Holmes already. I just got to make sure I know where they are, but I think I've done Sherlock Holmes before. Both of them. I've been doing movie reviews for a very long time. They just was on the One Crack News. I got to probably transfer them over, man. That'll be cool. Go back and look at the old ones and bring them back, so I can get the exact moment of what I felt like when it actually went down. Like I did the movie review for Contagion, because everybody was Contagion crazy. They was, oh, Contagion. Oh, that movie was incredible. Oh my God, it's just like what we're going through. No, it wasn't. But it was a good movie. When it came out in like 2012. But nobody watches movies. I told y'all to go see it. Nobody believed me. Yeah, so definitely check that movie out, man. I mean, I believe, One Crack News at the time. One Crack News, I think. I'm thinking One Crack News. I could be wrong. I could have done it on my main page and just don't even know. I'm gonna tell you, man, nothing more weirder than people who do drugs. I swear, they've never created anything more weirder in the world than people who do drugs. People who do drugs are the most bizarrest things in the world, man. I swear. I cannot understand it for the life of me. The mentality of a person that does drugs. Like, I'm like, do they even see themselves right now? Do they even know what they look? They think, like, can't nobody tell, like, they're on drugs. It's amazing. Oh, Eric, you saw it. You talking about Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Holmes? The BBC series or something? No, we're talking about, like, the movies with Robert Downey Jr. He's finally finishing up the third one, which I love. Oh, I could. The Sherlock movies, I love them because I grew up on British movies, man, British comedy. Like, we watched Benny Hill and stuff coming up, you know, on Channel 66. We used to have the old knob TV, and when television used to go off, because, you know, TV used to actually go off, they'll play that little ending, dun, dun, dun. Like, you couldn't watch TV late at night, no 2, 3 in the morning, forget that. It's over. You got to go to bed. You got to read the paper. The TV used to go off. Yep, you got to go see if they had that broadcast system still in place. The American broadcast system. They'll show that the eagle flying, the American flag, and then they show it like a boat on the water or something. This is the end of our broadcast. I'm gonna check that out on YouTube and see if they got it. Yeah, man. So it used to go off, and when that go off, TV didn't go off. If you ain't feel like going to bed, all you do is go to UHF channel and go over to channel 66 and go right on over to the British network. And they had Benny Hill and a whole bunch of comedy. So we watched a lot of British comedy, British humor. Everything's really fast. A lot different from over here. Yeah, it was a good thing. Too much television now. We got too much of everything right now. Too much video games, too much TV, too much everything bad for you. You try to watch Mr. Bean? Oh yeah, Mr. Bean be funny, man. That's my boy Abe, man. He get high as a kite, and he'll watch that show, and he be gone, laughing his ass off, watching some Mr. Bean. Man, I don't know, man. I think I jinxed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. That was me. I'm like, they were playing like I was on Madden. I'm like, they playing like me. They playing this bad. That was looking like my Madden game. It was looking like my Madden game straight up. I said, no, this can't be. Am I playing Madden, or is this really going on right now? I don't know what happened. It just got out of control early, and it never got fixed. The Saints wanted to prove a point, and for some reason, I don't know what happened this week, but people were checked out. They gonna blame Antonio Brown, or something gonna happen on Monday. It's gonna be, there was a fight in the locker room, Antonio Brown and somebody else. I mean, they had to highlight Tom Brady's wife. She had the daughter with her, and the daughter was sucking her thumb. Well, the thing is people think it's a video game. AB just got there. Like, he only had, like, what, 2 practices? That's it. Like, he don't know the playbook. He don't know anything. Like, it's not like he had a training camp. I was hearing people say that yesterday. He's like Moss. It's the same thing with Moss. It's not the same thing with Moss. Moss had a whole training camp. But that shouldn't have happened yesterday. Not at all. I might go live and talk about it later. But I'm going to end this video. And I'm going to get my revenge on T. I got to find out when he coming home, so we can get down on that Madden. And then, Christian, if you feel like that game was a fluke and you ready, Tom Brady is ready for revenge. I got to avenge it. I got to avenge it. I got to get some payback for Tom. Oh, he say he off today. Don't say that. I'm gonna go home, be right there. I'm gonna make a turn and be back at the crib. I'm gonna be like, forget rush hour. All right, we beat ourselves that game. I don't like that. I'm gonna get this revenge. Man, I'm finna say, Christian, y'all did a number on them. Y'all was finna beat the Chiefs. I couldn't believe that. You know, I needed every point Patrick Mahomes gave me, but y'all was putting on a show.